いちゃおイエーイ。今回のゲストはガビちゃんです。Welcome。彼女とはね、ものすごくたくさんドゥエットとかも踊ってね、この会に呼びたかった方なので、本当に時間をくれてありがとうっていう感じなんですけど、今日はガビちゃんの過去についていろいろ聞いていきたいと思います。どうぞよろしくお願いします。かわいい。Welcome to my channel, and I'm really happy that you are here. And I would like to ask you some questions today. Please introduce yourself.
My name is María Gabriela Luque. I'm coming from Argentina, from a little town called Rosario de la Frontera. I am 32 years old. I'm happy also to be here and to support you. Your work is very nice. Yes, I am a dancer here right now in Stadtstätte Braunschweig. Recently, Alexander Technique teacher.
Very nice. How many years you are here?
Since 2020, so this is my 5th year here.
Amazing. Yeah. She was working for this Alexander Technique course. I can say
yes, education.
Yeah. While she's dancing here, so I guess it was a lot of work, but she managed to become a teacher, so it's amazing how you do it. I would like to ask you about your background, how you started to dance until the professional. Maybe you can tell us.
I think I have been always this kind of multifaceted girls that do a lot of things and they like to try different signatures, like for example sports. I was always very into it. I kind of tried a bit of everything, and I had the support of my family that they allowed me and support to do that, so that was amazing. And I always, for example, remember my mother bringing from here to there, and the breaks was like maybe 15 minutes in between to run from there to there. I had also do some athleticism.
Wow.
I was doing this high jumping and 400 meters run.
Wow.
And all that. So that was also a difficult point then after to decide what to do, how to continue, because as you much open and widen your perspectives, then it's more difficult to close and focus. But anyway, I started very, very small dancing, like when I was 4 years old, in the academy in my town called Paloma Ballet, directed from Mabel Bernacchi. She was my first teacher. I had started, of course, with this typical butterfly and all this introduction to beautiful ballet dancing. Nevertheless, I also finished my education as a kind of ballet teacher. I had the possibility to do the exams in the capital of the city with Liliana Biagini. That was a very big and long journey with her, so she knew from I was 4 years till my adolescence.
Oh wow!
And also because in Argentina we don't have an education where you can start arts while you grow. So that means that you have to do it parallel to the normal education. So I did a financial business education.
Wow!
Kind of my world in the school was totally another thing, and then out of the school and start all my activities extras. That's how kind of I started. Then I continue in another academy where I was introduced to contemporary dancing, to jazz, that it was called Taller Cultural from Rosario Caro. And there I kind of did a bit of everything. I started tango, I started to also do choreographies. We went to competitions to compete with our own works, and yeah, that was a very beautiful also journey as a community, let's say. After, let's say, all that, I arrived to that point when I mentioned before the athleticism, and I was like also very good and competing also in athletics, and I was very torn in between how to go on. So then I decided to try out dance and moved to the capital, to Buenos Aires, 17 years old.
Wow. And this is kind of like alone you went there and you went to dance school?
I got a scholarship because I did an audition, the famous auditions.
Nice.
And I won a scholarship in Julio Boca school. So this is a very also important school that we have.
Okay.
It's more orientated to musical, I have to say, but parallel is very also orientated for ballet, because they have a very formation for dancers, very strong, and also an amazing possibility to do choir lessons, musical lessons, to do theater lessons. And I got that scholarship that is a very big support for many also dancers and students from the interior, from the Argentina, that want to go to the capital and continue their career. So I got that support, and that's why I arrived there.
This is kind of, in a way, high school?
Yeah, that's all before university.
Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
When I moved to Buenos Aires, then after that year of scholarship, I continue doing some classes there, but I entered to Taller de Danza Contemporánea del Teatro San Martín, from San Martín Theater, that I did there like a 3 years education of specific contemporary dance.
Okay.
There, of course, I had Lemon classes, Graham, flying low, choreographic composition, music, improvisation. So I had a very good base there.
Nice. And everyday like dancing, you have to do that like ballet, probably ballet or so.
Exactly.
And then contemporary, and then sometimes repertoire.
Exactly. Parallel to that, I was also studying in the university.
Wow.
That's the probably multifaceted
Yes,
person.
but I understand. Amazing. Yes.
So basically, was waking up very early, 5:30 in the morning, taking a bus, going to university, do some theory, coming back, entering to San Martin school till the midday, and then go maybe sometimes back or do things parallel. Yeah, I was always very enthusiastic to learn, let's say.
Now also, no, you have a lot of things, like you try to do brand new things, and together working is like amazing. I get so many influence from you. It's really amazing things. So actually, this after this university, let's say that your education in Argentina, you decided to come to Europe, right?
I had to say, like, there it was a very beautiful but also very clear point. I had lived almost 5 years in Buenos Aires. I got a perspective, and also it was a big change from my little town, to go there. And I had this feeling, what is else? What else? What is there, like, to explore, to get to know? There, actually, in my education in San Martin Theater, I got to know 2 teachers. One of them was Cecilia Elias. She was my movement analysis teacher, and which I could assist her for the first year, and I got this feeling of giving, educating also, and learning how to pass certain
beautiful.
Yeah. And then I also got to know María Giancastro, that she was my Cunningham teacher.
Oh wow.
And with both I got to know the Alexander technique, and that changed a bit my perception of dancing, but also of art in general, like how to perceive things, let's say, or the sensitivity to also open much more channels to receive information, or however it's called. And there, one discussions with Marina, I got this, here is not just one company in the world, like there's many. So if you wanna try and find out for yourself what you like, go and try, it's life experience. And there I got I decided to travel, and I got a scholarship in Cinefox company in Switzerland. So I was 1 year there, which lead after Cinefox lead to have my first contract in Germany, to Lüneburg. There I was 4 years, and after Lüneburg I arrived to France.
Oh wow.
So it's kind of a big journey between cities and between spaces.
Yeah, especially like me also, like you came from not from Europe. You arrive here first time and you don't know what to do, or like you have to discover what we can do, or like where is the place for you. And I think that's why I also need time to a bit to travel and understand what you wanna do. When you understand that, okay, here is a place for me, then you will enjoy and then you stay longer, or you also discover new things. But the first time, so you arrived Switzerland, this apprentice. How was the experience there?
The experience was really amazing because I have to say, yes, was the first contact opportunity to, first of all, international people. So I felt so kind of privileged to be able to live that experience, to be able to share with others, to understand that I can also speak English, you know, that in a way I had been also learning or going to English classes in my town, but then, you know, another thing is to talk it every day and to, you know, it's totally different. It's kind of like you start to communicate, you start to also build up your way of talking, or your way expressing in another language, with being in contact with dancers from all over the world. We have been also such a bunch of people from very different backgrounds, and I had a very big support from the director Malou Finaroli-Leclerc and the ballet teacher Franz Brotman. Like, they were really kind of giving me a lot of trust, and I got the really big possibility to do also a main role there. So I was doing Carmen.
Oh wow!
For me, you know, it's like, I don't know, very strong. The feeling of feminine energy, and I had this amazing kind of experience that I could really put a lot of my, let's say, Latin energy, you know, like, that I was growing there. Of course, you know, you decide to travel, but with kind of that years, you don't realize also the big step you're doing, or what it means. I think it's a very beautiful thing of our profession that we have the possibility.
Yeah, it's true.
To do that.
You didn't feel like homesick?
I have to say that that first year, no, like, because I was so
overwhelmed from everything.
Overwhelmed and living so much things that I felt like very happy. I remember myself very every day, like giving my best every day, you know, this feeling of growing, and that you it has sense, you know, that's a sense. I'm here, it has sense, and this, it really filled my heart. And I kind of like had this feeling of my family is there and they support me, but I now kind of like with myself, and I have to also learn about being alone, being by myself.
Before you said that because of that your teacher in Argentina, you got information that maybe go Europe, and then I guess you did a lot of audition. I don't know, how was this process?
Basically, decided to travel without the proposition to find a job.
Okay.
So my idea was, let's have a look what is there, how is it. I would like to take classes, get to know people. Also because in my mind was not the idea to come to Europe and stay here. My mind was like, let's have an experience, you know? You know, when you feel like there's an information that is valuable, and there is someone that tells you, go. And live that, you know? And that was it a bit, like, let's have an experience and let's try. And I kind of traveled to different countries, but not just auditions, just also making some classes, taking also travel for traveling, no? Try to get to know a city, try to get to know.
Important.
And where I could, also that's very Argentinian, I visit an Argentinian, because we kind of also, even though we don't know each other, you know, it's this fact of like, we are the same, or
I understand this.
You know, we can help each other. So I really got a very amazing help in Switzerland from Ezequiel Barreras, and he told me, come, and I think there is an audition here close, go, you know. And
sweet.
That was it. And then I got to that audition, and then everything kind of started.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Very nice. Yeah, it's always important that people, no, like to connect them, especially from the same country.
Yes.
It's sometimes very important.
Yeah.
how is here now? I mean, fifth season, I guess. And then how is it?
I have the kind of the sensation, like also I kind of grow. So there are really things that I know I don't want. Let's say I like a lot dancing, and I have given my life to it. No, I had learned a lot to it, and I had become also kind of this kind of dancers of like I like a bit of everything, but then you arrive to a point like it's difficult to define yourself where you go, no? Like, but through the years I give a lot of meaning also about that, about being able to do a bit of everything, and giving sense to that. That's why I kind of arrived to the Alexander technique and said, okay, I got that information from these two teachers that they were so important for me. I want to do the formation and do the education, and that's why I say I have to, I need to, because it's something I wanna. Since also that I kind of started to let go certain things of the dancer. You know, in the before me, I would have a stick and that's me, you know, that's how I am, how I dance, how powerful I am. And then you have to also make a balance, right, of what are you interested, and the qualities, and how to arrive to more qualities, more colors, more senses to awaken. Because of that also I change, I have to say. So being here as a dancer is still challenging because it forces me at the same time to be that dancer, but also allows me to my transformation, so to say. So to dance how I wanna, and to give a bit of maybe that lightness or a bit of a different perspective or perception towards movement that I gained through my education over the years of also with Alexander, and try to also give that when I move. Being here, I find that I am in that transition, so to say.
Oh wow! I feel like it's all the time. I feel like a session, you know, like to make me feel so good, therapy. It's so nice to hear, because normally we don't talk about this, no?
Yeah.
If I don't ask.
True.
It's really nice.
It's true.
Yeah.
And we are so also focused. I mean, our job is such a making, you know, it's the maker doing, and well, to be able to stop oneself, you know, in the middle, and sometimes also reorganize all your structure. That means also who you are or who you want to be or where you're going. It's hard because we have a very tight schedule. We work a lot, and there's shows to be done, there's rehearsals to be done.
Totally. You had a lot of audition in the past. Do you have some tip for audition?
I have to say that was my a bit the transition when I was in Lüneburg. That there I felt like the need to audition, right? The need to go somewhere and find again my place, you know? And you know, there I wanted so hard. And I fight so hard that I was not getting it. And I did so much auditions, I have to say. I don't know, I really think I had been done more like 30 auditions.
Whoa!
And I was not getting it, and I was feeling frustrated because I felt like, why, you know, why it's not coming, why I'm not getting chosen, or why. I arrived to a point, okay, I need to change something. So I started to also maybe observe what I was doing, how I was behaving in auditions, no? Because that is a very clear space or situation that you're kind of fighting for a job, you know? There's a lot of competition here. So I would say, like, I had done that or lived in such an atmosphere so for many times that I got the fact of like, okay, and I have to let go that observation from the outside and come to me, you know? I was so much, I want, and like me. And then I was like, oh wait, it's not about this. I'm doing audition, yes, you can give me a job, yes, but also I can accept or not accept the job, right? Because in a way we forget that we want so much something
It's true.
that then also it's our decision if we want to be there or not.
Yeah.
And we get to know so little from who they are, and we give so much of ourselves. So I think in all that process of questioning, and then it was so amazing because I arrived to here and to another place, and I let go. You know, I kind of like, this is it. This is, and I gave it all. Just giving, but honesty and being like yourself, how you work. You know, I mean, calm. There, I kind of got the two at the same time.
Wow.
You know, and I was like crying because I felt like such a. Also now even I have to decide between two different places to go, and I basically I chose in here because I really also liked the process was very nice. The process of the audition.
Yeah, sometimes it's important not do like this, a bit step back and then just be yourself, and right.
Yes, I always like that concept of sink in, you know, like let it sink. Also, you know, when you cook, you put the things in maybe in oil or something. Let it, you know, because the herbs they need to they need to go inside. They need to, you know, there's times, there's processes, and this is the beauty. You know, it's not about just going and buying it.
Right. Yeah, totally. Same as our work, no? I mean, the normal creation of they also can say same things.
Yes.
But sometimes difficult to shift to this mind.
Because all our, you know, habits or wantings, or also about who we were, you know, it's, maybe we have another thoughts, but all what we carry, you know, we all want to be liked, and we all desire things and want things, and that's totally normal human. And the point is how we arrive there, and
very deep. Nice. deep moment. What is your dream?
That's so difficult. Also, since long I was, let's say, fighting for goal, that is just a simple fact of becoming German.
Did you hear?
Finally,
She is German. Amazing.
so after all that waiting or little exams or paperwork that you have to do, you arrive to a point of also exhaustion of myself.
I can imagine that coming.
I had a big gap of actually enough, you know, like I had this feeling of what I want to do with all that, right? Because I got this so much. Again, the ant work of little things and constructing again and reconstructing and reorganizing what you want to do. In a very short term, I don't have an exactly thing that I want. I'm also letting myself a bit live the what is there, right? Let's say in a long term, I would really love to lead a space where I can combine arts with also community. That this is my perception, maybe from that European world that I see right now. A bit the contact with society, to link that again in a more concrete way, you know, to offer, I don't know if dance classes or somatic techniques offer ways of connecting people, you know, maybe a space to show your project, show your unfinished project, and we can have a little space for also audience that can observe that. I would love to have a garden there. As you know, I take care of the garden here in the theater. So I imagine myself a bit more in that multifaceted thing, building up a space that is a bit of that, you know, that has nature, that has art, and that has movement for sure. All what is there or that is interesting for me, I would welcome it. You know, I would say interdisciplinary work that I'm very into, you know, using that house or that space to do that and to give it to the community, to bring a more togetherness and not such a individualistic perspective, let's say.
Wow, beautiful. Can I visit?
Yes.
And last question for young dancers, the message, please.
I would say go for it, you know. Use it, use all the energy, use all what you have there. Just suggest you to also observe yourself and to know what are your positive and also your negative, but not just to say, oh shit, I have that negative. No, it's not about that. It's just to say, okay, in these things I have to work on, and these things that are positive, I have to use them to show myself in an audition, to work in my own project and my own work. All is valuable. Communication skills, dancing skills. If you have another curiosities, you know, you use them, because it will build up the artist in you. And it will also enrich you, because the pillars, it's important to have many pillars. Is dance, okay, yes, dance, but which kind of dances? And maybe it's many of dances, and or many is maybe it's just one type of dance, but surrounded by painting, by gardening, or by watching performances, you know, like an observer eye is also a very important thing in our career, let's say. Go for it with your hunger, with your energy, but always also have a bit of an eye in yourself and what are the possibilities that can develop you as an artist.
Thank you, Gabichi, for very beautiful talk. So nice, and I'm really happy to work with you.
I'm also very happy to work with you.
It's always an inspiration for me. Even you are younger than me. You are such a rich dancer, artist. I danced with her. Don Quixote. Because of you, I could do it. I think. Just I say in front of the Shy.
Thank you also for inviting, also for letting me share my experience, and I hope it helps someone. And maybe connects with someone. You know, that is so important to have a reference point where to continue. And I also want to thank you, because you are also one of my reference points of hard worker and amazing artist. So yeah, thank you for inviting me to your
channel. I
channel.
really wanted to do it since long, but we didn't have time, like we always work, so. はい、ということで今回はガビちゃんに素晴らしいお話をいただきました。本当にありがとうございます。
ありがとう。お疲れ。
パーフェクトモーメントです。はい、はい、もうガビちゃん本当に素晴らしい方で、もうダンサーでアーティストでガーデナーで、今後の活躍もぜひ、チェックしてみてください。ビハインドステージとかもいろいろ載ってるのでね、私たちが一緒にドン・キホーテもやってきたの、それも載っけてあるので、ぜひそちらの方もチェックしてみてください。今回も最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。このビデオがいいなと思った方は、いいねボタンとチャンネル登録お願いしますそれでは次回のビデオでお会いしましょう。バイバーイ。